Some say to survive it, you need to be as mad as a hatter, which luckily I am.
What it do, guys, and welcome to spooky season. Going right in to our brows, we are going to be laying them with some glue. I'm just taking a spoolie and really brushing that out, making the hairs as flat to my face as I can because I will be covering them up. Of course, I have a really thick black hair, so I really need to lay them flat and really cover them. So I'm going to be going in with some RCMA No Color Powder. This powder is honestly so great for this, for Halloween videos, for anything, regular makeup. I love it for everything. It's very cheap. It's only $12 for that full tube, so it's awesome and it works wonders. Right here, I'm just dusting it right off. I did let it bake for a little bit, but I am going to be going in with some more powder in a little bit. Now I'm going to be going in with my Anastasia Beverly Hills lip palette. I'm going to be going into the orange just to color correct my brows because, of course, you can see I have very dark brows and I do not want them peeking through. So I'm just going with that orange, covering right where I have hairs. I'm not going to be taking it anywhere else, just where you see darkness and the hair is black. That's the only place you want to cover your brows. Do not go super duper ham with this. So right there, I'm just going to be going in with the RCMA No Color Powder again and setting the brows. I'm going to let them bake for a while, really, so they can absorb that powder, because we are going to be going in, or we did go in with some glue, and then we went in with a cream product, so we do not want that moving around. Now I'm going to be going in to my Glow Ahead Wonder Primer. And I'm going to be priming my face. Of course, you want a barrier underneath that face for any kind of makeup. So I'm just going to go ahead and dust off my brows now. And we will continue with the face, but we will be coming back to those brows. Now we're going to go in with the Too Faced Born This Way concealer. I'm using this as a foundation just because it's very light for my skin tone. I use this as a brightening concealer on my regular days, so this will work perfectly for my skin tone. Of course, the Mad Hatter is super duper pale and white, so that's what we want to accomplish. So right here, I'm just blending that out. Alrighty guys, now I'm just going to be covering the brows with some of that concealer that I had. I did go kind of light-handed on that, which I would say honestly just cover the whole brow with concealer and pat it out with your finger instead. I didn't like how the actual sponge did it, so I would say literally just cover your brows with concealer and do it either with a light brush very lightly or with your finger very lightly. It was easier and it will cover a lot better. So right here I switched to a brush, but later on you will see that I will be switching to my finger. But right here I'm just pretty much covering that brow as much as I can. Going in right with that concealer right on top and just doing that. I did go ahead and set the brows again, and I just went ahead and dusted off. Moving on to the next step, we are going to be going in to the Kat Von D concealer. This is literally in just the color white, and I'm just going to be highlighting the face how I would on any other day. I literally went underneath my eyes, in my center of my forehead, my chin, and in the middle of my nose. I'm literally just doing that and going to be blending it right out. right here, I'm just going to be going on top of my brows with that concealer, covering them up with that way and going in with just my finger with really light pressure and just patting that out to really cover the brow. I'm just pretty much just doing that until the brow is covered, and I will be going in with some powder to bake the whole face. Now I'm going right back into the no color powder. I'm just going to be setting the eyelids, the brows, underneath the eyes, just pretty much setting my whole face with the RCMA no color powder, just so we know nothing is going to move. Everything's going to stay all night. If you have a Halloween party, this ain't budging. That's all I got to say. This is not going to budge. Moving right along, we're going in with some brows. So as I said, I do want to make these brows very bushy, very crazy. The Mad Hatter does not have perfect brows at all. He has very crazy brows. So that's what I want to do. I want to recreate kind of like a fluffy, crazy, wild orange brow. So that's pretty much what I'm doing here. So as you can see, I'm just going to be pretty much mapping out the brow. And then I will be doing, you will see in a little bit, I will be doing kind of like feather out motions so it can look a little bushier on the front and then the top of the brow. So that's what I'm going to be doing here. I'm just going in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills lip palette. I literally use that for a lot of Halloween videos. It's not supposed to be meant for that, but you can do whatever you want with makeup. Literally anything will work. If you have a eyeliner that's orange or you have whatever it is, it will work. You can make whatever work. So right here, as you can see, I am going to be doing the feather out motion. So I'm just going to be feathering them out just so they can look a little crazy, buck wild, you know, out of control, all that good stuff. Alrighty guys, now I'm going to be going in back into that Kat Von D white concealer, and I'm just going to be using that to clean up underneath the brow. I really want the top of the brow to be crazy, but I'm just going to go ahead and clean up the bottom of the brow so it can look very nice and still pretty flaky, you know. So that's what I'm doing right here, and just blending it out with my finger. And I'm going to be doing the same thing to the other eyebrow, of course. I know I look pretty crazy right now, guys, but I promise you it's going to all come together. It will come together. So just hold on tight. Alrighty, guys, now we will be going in to the Nirvana Anastasia Beverly Hills Volume 3 palette, and I'm going to be going in with A5. It's an orange color, and I'm pretty much just going over my brows with that because, of course, it is a cream, so we do not want anything to move, so you have to set it. So I'm just going to go ahead and set it with an orange shade. That is what I'm doing right here. And then we're gonna go ahead and move on to the eyes. I look funny. So I'm going on into the same palette with that green shade. That is A4, and I'm going to be taking that into the crease, and then I'm going to be pulling that in to the front of the brow and the front of the eye, if that makes sense. So right here, I'm going to be pushing it up into the brow, and I'm going to be pulling it as well down into the sides of my nose, kind of bringing it down, and I'm going to be contouring right there in a little bit. So right here, I'm just going in and I'm really intensifying that green because I really want it to show through. So that's what I'm doing right here, and just going ahead and blending that into the crease. Moving right along, I will be going in to the shade B2, which is more of a bluish green kind of shade, and I'm going to be taking that on the outer corner of my eye, blending it into my crease, and then kind of winging that out and making kind of a wing effect at the end of my eye as well. For this, I'm pretty much just going in with colorful shadows, different shades of greens and blues, different shades of pinks and oranges, so whatever works. You don't have to have this exact palette, so just keep that in mind. Now going in to D3, which is a more of a darker lime green. I'm going to be taking that all throughout my eye and just into the crease at the end, just to really intensify that green and give it that illusion. Going into E1, it's more of a true like darker green, and I'm just going to be taking that right into the crease as well. Now going into the Kat Von D concealer in white, I'm just going to be cutting my crease. This isn't that necessary because I will be going into the Stila glitter eyeshadows, which you can pretty much just cut your crease with that, which I did do on the other eye. But just so you can see, I did also cut my crease just for a little more preciseness. So right now I'm going to be going in with the Stila glitter shadow, and this is in the Sunset Cove shade, and I'm just going to be cutting my crease with that shade, really give the eye a little bit of pizzazz on the lid. You guys already know I love to do that, and I do kind of pull that with a little bit like of a line to kind of extend the cut crease, if that makes sense. And then I go back in to the shadow and kind of try to really gradient that end of that shade, if that makes sense. I hope I'm making sense, guys. I hope so. Anyways, moving right into the next shade, I'm going to be going in to B3, and I'm going to be doing the same thing I did with that green in the inner part of my eye to the crease, and then bringing it up to the brow and down to the nose. So that's pretty much what I'm doing with this pink, and I'm going to be doing the same exact thing that I did to the other eye, just using different types of shades of pinks, purples, and shades around those lines. So right here, I'm just pretty much deepening up that inner corner, bringing it up into the brow. Now moving along, I will be going into the next shade. I'm going to be going in to B4, which is more of a purpley plum color. And I'm going to be taking that on the outer of my eye, creating kind of that wing smoked out kind of effect. And I'm going to just be taking that into the crease to really deepen up that eye. So right there, as you can see, I'm kind of creating that wing at the very end to just really extend out my eyes. And just blending out everything with any fluffy brush. You can just keep going in with a fluffy brush and just help you blend out everything. This is a Mad Hatter look, so it doesn't have to be extremely perfect, guys. You can be a little messy with this because Mad Hatter, he is messy. That's what it is. His makeup is crazy. His makeup is wild, so you don't have to be very, very precise. Right here, going back into my Volume 1 Nirvana palette, this is a more of a purple, like, kind of palette. So I went in with B2. Oh no, just kidding. A2. And I went in to the outer corner. Now going in with B4. I'm going to be taking that in the outer corner of my eye, moving it in to really darken up that crease because it is more of a true dark purple shade. Moving along, I will be going into the Stila Glitter Glow Liquid Eyeshadow. and this is in the shade Into the Blue. And I'm going to be cutting my crease with that instead of doing the whole cut crease process. I literally just cut my crease with that and then went in with the finer brush to really extend that eye how I did in the other lid. And just taking a little bit on my finger to really give it that gradient effect. As I'm saying, guys, I promise you this does not have to be perfect. Going back into that volume 3 palette, I took A5 and I just took that all underneath my eye. And I'm literally just highlighting that with that orange. And in a little bit, you will see that I went in to a yellow shade and I really smoked it out. So I went back into the A1, which is kind of like a yellow neon shade, and I really smoked out that lower lash line. I went really down, smoked it out, because I told you guys, it doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be pretty crazy and colorful. So that's what I'm doing right here, just shading it out, really blending that under eye out. Moving on to the other eye, I'm going to be going into my BH Cosmetics Take Me to Brazil palette, and I'm going in with that blue shade and really running that underneath my eyes. I didn't really have any blues in the Nirvana palettes because I haven't gotten volume 2 yet, I know, but I'm going into the BH Cosmetics palette for all that. And I'm going into a lighter blue shade to really smoke out the lower lash line. So any blues, any greens, any pinks that work for you. Now going in to B3 from the volume 3, I'm going to be contouring with that shade. I'm going to be bronzing up with that shade. So I'm just going right there, pretty much where you would contour on your normal face, but you're going in with pink just to make it a little crazier. So I'm just going to be blending that out and doing, of course, my temples and on the bottom of my jaw, just how you would do on a regular day. Alrighty guys, now I'm going to be going into my RCMA No Color Powder, and I'm going to be taking my Morphe sponge and just chiseling out my cheeks. This will pretty much just clean everything up, just make it look a little more nice. I'm going to be going ahead and going over kind of the white spots where I'm at in my on my face, like underneath my eyes, a little bit on the sides of my nose, or in a little bit on my head, just wherever I want to brighten it up, because this color no color powder is a little brightening. So I'm just going to go ahead and dust it off. Now going back into the Nirvana 3 palette, I'm going to be taking E3 kind of to help me blend out that contour. So it's a kind of like a lighter shade to really help me blend it out and make it look seamless. Don't be me that uses a brush that has a little bit of blue, because it kind of left my forehead a little blue, but then I just went ahead and used a little bit of no color powder to fix that up. Going in to the shade we went in earlier with, B3, and I'm just taking that to down, all the way down to the sides of my nose, really contouring my nose with that shade, and then going in to E4 to do the same thing with the other side. Not E4, A4, I'm so sorry. With A4, I'm bringing it down the side of my nose, just the same process that I did on the other side of my nose. Now, I'm going to be literally painting some lashes. I painted these Dubai lashes from Makeup Shack. These, I literally painted all orange, and I stick them on to really give me that orange effect. Now going into the fun part, we're going to go into some gems. Using these gems, I literally got them at the 99-cent store, and I'm just using different colored gems and putting it on my cheekbones where my highlight would go, and literally just sticking a bunch of them randomly wherever I think looks good, and just sticking them on my face, making sure I have lash glue with them, because if you do not put lash glue with these gems, they will not stick and they will not stay the whole entire night. So you really want to secure these gems onto the face. And as you can see, that's what I did there. And then I went ahead with some NYX glitter primer and some glitter, whichever glitter you prefer. I just went in with a silver glitter. And it is kind of chunky and like different shapes and sizes, so I just went ahead and highlighted my face with that. I just went right in between where I put the gems and then right onto my temples. I did the same exact process and I just put it right on my temples. Doing the same process, I will be doing that to the same exact thing to the other side. And right here, as you can see, I'm just going to be putting that glitter right on my temple. Don't be me that forgets to highlight the other temple. I literally put glitter only on one temple because I forgot to put it on the other temple. You will see right here, but it's fine. Just remember to put glitter on the other temple, okay guys? So right here, I'm just putting on the glitter, and then right now I will be going in to the gems again and doing the same thing I did to the other cheek. Moving right along, we're going to go ahead and go into my NYX Jumbo Pencil in the shade Milk. I'm going to go ahead and go into my waterline with this just to really open up my eyes and give me that big eye Mad Hatter kind of eyes effect. Then I'm going to be going into my Aurora Glow Kit. I'm going to be mixing the colors in there. I'm pretty much just mixing up the colors and highlighting my nose, highlighting the inner corners of my eyes, and also the bridge of my nose. And that's pretty much what I'm doing there. Next, I'm going to be going back into the Anastasia Beverly Hills lip palette. And I'm taking a spoolie and just going on my lower lashes. I'm going to be coating that with that orange shade, and right now you're going to be seeing that I'm going to be going in to my with the same shade of orange. I'm going to be cutting up a lash and using the individual little cluster of lashes and painting them with that same orange that we're using from the Anastasia lip palettes. I'm just going to be coating them with that same orange that I use for my actual lashes, and I'm going to be making them orange. So I'm going to take two little clusters for each eye, and I'm just coating them with orange, and then I'm going to be putting them on with some lash glue and putting it in the center, and then one at the end of my eye. So right there, I'm just putting one in the center of my eye, and then moving on and putting one on the outer of my eye to really give me that big-eyed Mad Hatter effect. And I'm going to be doing the same thing to the other side. Moving right along, we're going to be going in with some lips. I'm going to be going in with my Kat Von D lipstick in the shade Coven. It's kind of like a lavendery purple shade. It's such a pretty shade. And then I'm just going to be coating my whole lips with that. Then I'm going to be going in with any gloss. Any gloss will do. I just went in with a holographic like ColourPop gloss, but this one is pretty much just using it so the glitter will stick. I'm going to be going in to the same glitter I used for my highlights, and I'm going to be coating my lips with that glitter. So right here, I'm taking that glitter and literally putting it on with a little, like a brush, and just patting it right onto my lips. And just really giving me that glowy lips effect. Now I'm going in with some body paint. I will advise you to do this outside. I did this in a room literally with my door closed. I literally almost died, but at least it worked. We're going to be using this. You're going to be putting a coat on, and then you're going to be letting it dry. Look at me. I'm literally dying. Right there. I'm literally dying. But I did a couple coats of this white paint on me, and then I went ahead and just did a couple coats because it was hard to get it this white, but then after a couple coats, it will do. Then I'm going to go in with some of the same shade that I used to contour. So I'm going in with B3, and I'm kind of just hitting that collarbone with that pink so I don't look extremely white, just so I could give a little color back into the skin. And then I'm just kind of using it on the chest a little bit as well, just to give a little bit of color back. But right there, that's all I'm doing. And then later on, you will see me, I will be going into just some crazy stickers. If you have a Mad Hatter costume, this is literally perfect. You literally just put on this face and you do the Mad Hatter costume. I did not have a Mad Hatter costume, so I just used a bunch of gems. I used these and literally put it all over my chest, and just to kind of accessorize so we could do a little something, you know what I mean? So that's what I'm doing here. And then now you're going to be seeing what I'm going to move into my hair. I already have really curly hair, so I kind of just zhuzhed it up a little bit. Nothing hard, nothing difficult. And then I went in with some color hairspray. I went in with an orange colored hairspray. And I tell you guys, I really do this outside because I literally almost killed myself, intoxicating me with all these chemicals. But I went ahead and tried to go in and really go ham on my hair. I did put a little bit of white on top so it could come out a little bit more vibrant. But then I almost pulled my lash off there, but moving on, I literally just went ham into my hair with this orange. And I had to walk away for a second, so I went ahead and finished up my hair, put on some color contacts, put on my Mad Hatter hat that I literally got at the 99-cent store for $1.99, and here is the finished look. Here she is, guys. I really love how it turned out, and I really hope you guys did too. Thank you so much for watching today, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share to your friends. It will help me out so very much. Thank you so much, and I'll see you on my next time. Bye, guys.